Greetings and welcome to this week's magical message. I pray you all are ready for a wonderful week and that your weekend has been amazing. So, we're going to go ahead and start with the overview of the week, and we have the 10 of Knives. So, this energy really brings to us the message of moving through difficult situations, having it come to a ending point, a transformation. We've gone through that graduation of moving out of that space. And so this week you should see things really begin to become smoother, easier, pieces coming together. Times that have been very difficult ending, having clarity around situations that you didn't have clarity around previously, and really just being able to turn a corner. So if you've been going through anything, if you've been working through anything, that's wonderful news. Now, for the beginning of the week, we have the ancestors. And the ancestors really bring the message of them being present with us and asking us to be present with them. So make sure during the beginning of the week, you are taking time to to really just be present with them, to be present with nature, for you to take some time for yourself and really be in a space where you're open to listening, because the ancestors have wisdom that they want to give to you. Make sure that you're paying attention to the small things. Sometimes they speak to us in ways that are maybe sometimes overlooked. It could be something small. It could be the lights. It could be the butterfly that flew by, the beetle that, wouldn't leave you alone. It could be any number of small things as well as big. So make sure that you're just open and you're paying attention to the details. Okay, there may be some people as well that are receiving gifts from their ancestors, whether this be heightened intuition, whether this be monetary or material things that you're gaining, whether this be inheritance. But there's something there that your ancestors are wanting to give you. So make sure that you're just open. Make sure your heart is open. Make sure that you're in a space where you are allowing for things to flow and not feeling like you have to define everything. Okay. Now, with the middle of the week, we have the Ace of Knives. And this brings in a whole new energy because the knives talk about the physical. They talk about the physical transformation that takes place in the opening of opportunities and doors. So during the middle of your week, make sure that you're taking those opportunities. You're not backing down because of what you're afraid of, because maybe it's new, it's different. Maybe you feel a little underqualified for whatever that particular thing is, but the opportunity has come to show you that you're ready for it. So make sure that you stretch. And when I say stretch, I mean stretch your wings, stretch your capacity to push yourself and to be willing to try out the shoes, even if they seem like they're a little too big, right? So in the middle of the week, we also want to look out for things coming towards us physically in terms of if you've been working on a move, if you have been focused on any kind of physical gain, right? Or you're looking for your physical manifestations to, come to be. And so during the middle of the week, you're going to see a lot of those energies happen. You're also going to have a lot of things that you say come to be very quickly. So making sure that you are being mindful of your words and how you are and what you're doing, especially when it's involving other people. We want to be mindful of our impact this week and knowing that we are extraordinarily powerful beings. You want to make sure that in all of that power, you're wielding it with wisdom and with compassion, making sure that, with this intuition, with these gifts that you are receiving, that you're not allowing yourself to be blown up in the head. You want to make sure that you're still seeing with a certain amount of leveled wisdom so that you can move forward and really bring forth the things that you're wanting to in terms of your goals, in terms of new opportunities. And You may also want to be making sure this week that if you are not looking to create any little ones, making sure that you're doing what you need to do to make sure that you are covered in that regard. But there's a lot of new energies kind of coming forward right now. So if it does happen, know that it is divine. Know that that little one is coming to guide you on your journey and to bring their own special magic into your world, as well as the magic that you bring to them. So either way, know that if it happens, it's good. If it doesn't, obviously it's divine. But if that's not something that you're wanting, just, heads up, make sure that you're doing what you need to do to cover yourself. So when we get into the end of the week, we have the 8 of Sticks and the 4 of Baskets. So this energy really shares a message around making sure that you are tending to the things that are not resonating with you. But also allowing for those things to kind of work themselves out. So when we say, tending to them, it doesn't mean that you have to figure it out and you have to make it work, but it does mean you acknowledge the things that aren't what you need or want them to be, so that as you move forward, what you end up creating is more of what you actually really want. It's basically like you're allowing the universe to see what's good, what's not good, what needs to be tweaked, and just holding space for those pieces to come together. Now, with the 8 of Sticks, there is the energy of things moving very quickly. So towards the end of the week, you may find that things are manifesting very quickly. We talked about during the middle of the week having, that power of your word, the power of your impact. So making sure that you are being very mindful of, of yourself, of how you're being and who you're being, the people that you're around, the company that you're keeping, that kind of thing. I also feel like there's going to be some work-related things, some projects that you all are going to be getting started on, that we're all going to be getting started on towards the end of the week. And it really feels like those things are going to be really prosperous. So make sure that you're taking your time to pay attention to those small details. This is the perfect time if you are one of those sticklers for the details, right? This is that time for you to really shine. Don't overthink it. Don't allow yourself to go into an obsessive state, but allow yourself to just be open to the creative energies that are flowing and allowing for the mending, the tweaking, the changes, that need to come. Allow for those things to come in. It really feels like, your acknowledgement is really what's needed in the situation. So with that willingness to be honest with yourself about what's needed, you're going to receive very quickly everything that you're wanting. So, just make sure that you're taking some time this week to reflect, and whether you understand what it means to have those things shifted or just completely changed. Know that those things are in place because they're going to be very important to you moving forward in terms of your success, in terms of, the kind of relationships that you form. And then, two, you also have this 4 baskets. There's an energy of knowing your value, knowing your worth, knowing what it is that you really want in your life, and being willing to ask for it, not willing to settle. Making sure that you are holding true to your boundaries, making sure that they're not being crossed. It's going to be a very important thing as well. Excuse me. But yeah, so this week you can really look forward to things beginning to pick up in pace. And this comes with clarity. It comes with answers. It comes with direction. You know what I mean? So it's not just things moving really quickly and you're not really grounded or really sure, especially if you're already feeling like you're not, you don't have the answers that you need to have. Those answers will be there. Trust that, and also know that the energies are just moving really quickly right now. So expect some unexpected things in terms of how things kind of come to a new resolution, how things come together. It may not be what you expect. It may not be in the timing that you expect. It may come a lot faster. or it may just come seemingly out of the blue, and it just ends up being the perfect thing that you needed, to complete whatever it is that you're working on. So, with that, the last thing I want to say is that this week it offers a certain amount of focus, right? Like, this one of the strongest energies that I'm feeling is like this focus on your goals, on your direction, and the drive to really get it done. So this week, take advantage of that energy, because it's some magical things that can take place. Where you are today could be someplace completely different by next Monday, right? So allow this energy to work for you by simply allowing it to work. You don't have to control this one. This one has already got its own energy and it's rolling. So just be in a space where you're open, where you're trusting your own path, your own guide, your ancestors, and this process, your own journey, and know that everything is going to work out just fine. Now, if you are in more of the shadowed energies of this week, you may find that there are some abrupt things that come up, some things that are just causes you to feel off center. You could really feel like you're not heard, maybe like you have not reached the amount of success that you want, and that could lead to a certain amount of like depression, or anxiety or anger. And so make sure that, if you're feeling those energies, kind of go back and reassess what it is that you're looking at, and whether that is a true representation of what it is, or if it's just your present perspective. Let's see. Trying to just see if there's anything else that's needed for this week. Making sure, as we are every week, this is an important thing to do every week, every day. But it's just highlighted here, is to go into your gratitudes when you're in that reflective space, when you are reassessing, when you are rebalancing your energies. Make sure that you go back to your gratitudes. What is it that you're thankful for? What is it that has given to you in ways that are unconditional, are loving and supportive of your truth and of everything that you want to build and create for yourself, for your loved ones, for your communities, and know that you have the backing, to really make those things happen. So I'm going to go ahead and close out this reading. I pray that you receive something really beautiful from this message, and that you take these energies and really, truly make magic out of them. This is a wonderful week. I'm really excited to see what takes place. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out. Make sure that if you like this reading, you like it and subscribe, and make sure that you can catch up on all of the readings that I do each week, just to give you a little bit of insight, a little bit of, a heads up, whether it's positive or negative, just a little heads up, and, you have a sneak peek into what kind of vibrations, you're going to be dealing with this week. So I want to thank you for listening. I want to thank you for leaving your messages. If you want a reading, if you have something that you want to share, all of my contact information will be down below. All right. So thank you. You all have a wonderful night. Good night.